So just when we were getting our hopes up, the team is announced later today. Ben Stokes, our swashbuckling new Botham, the hero of world cricket, and now suddenly we're back into where we normally find ourselves, utter turmoil.
Welcome to my world, which was trying to captain in Botham 30 years ago. You're never quite sure what he was going to do the night before. Actually, you were exactly sure. You knew exactly what would happen. But we always got him on the field. It's the worst possible timing. We still obviously don't know what we can talk about in terms of what actually happened. If he is fit and firing, and he'll be selected. We know that much.
It does beg the question: what were they doing? I'm all for players relaxing and having a drink when they've got a bit of time down. Always think it helps actually, rather than bottling up in hotel rooms. I'm not entirely sure what the wisdom was in going out on the lash 2 days before you have another big game.
I would defend him to this extent. 2 days is quite a long time. And again, going back to my experience of that man Botham, who we both know excessively well.
We do. We've both been Botham.
We have both been, completely Bothams. Just recovering now from 30 years ago. But recovery is perfectly feasible in that sort of time. Yes, it's not advisable, and if you are going out nowadays, we know that the attention is going to be on you, and you have to sort of work out how to deal with whatever is thrown at you, if I can use that expression, under these circumstances. And you have to have a plan, as it were, that if you go out, fine, you can have a quiet drink. Even at 2 o'clock in the morning, there is a possibility of a quiet drink, but the likelihood is if you're in a public place like that, someone will want to come and say, "Oi, Ben."
It's not his first offence. He's been in scrapes a few times. He's been sent home from tours. He broke his hand smashing a dressing room door and so on. He's had a few on-field confrontations. I don't really care about those so much. I like the passion and aggression he brings. But he is now the superstar of England cricket. He's probably the best all-rounder in the world. If he he may have broken his hand. We don't know yet. But there is a report I've read somewhere that he may have broken his hand. Now, if he has and he can't physically play in the first part of the Ashes series, this is a massive blow, isn't it?
It is. He is absolutely vital to the functioning of that team. He is the linchpin in every sense. Middle order, where he scores these brilliant hundreds. He can come in and pick up 5 wickets. He can take brilliant catches.
And also, I think that he transcends cricket now. This guy is a English sporting hero, very much in the mode of Botham. Some people think he'll be a greater player than Botham ultimately, but only if he plays. And if he keeps getting into scrapes like this, and I love Ben Stokes, he's my favourite player in the England team, but if he keeps doing this and putting himself in a position where he gets into fights in nightclubs, he's not going to be playing.
If it's any consolation, we know about Ian's record, his early life, the scrapes he got into, even if they weren't all put into those many books that claim to tell the absolute truth about the life of Ian Botham. So we know you can come back from there.
Yeah. And you end up getting a knighthood.
And end up as a... first services to the wine trade, I'm sure, but but no, you can, as it were, progress from there.
Well, let's hope it all sorts itself out and that he gets on.
It's a heavy mantle to carry, isn't it? Being a sporting hero, at a young age, huge amounts of pressure. Combine that with huge amounts of attention, alcohol potentially, and early mornings.
Stokes gave an interview. It came out literally a few days ago. I think it was to GQ or something. And he said, I do get boiled up, I do get angry, but at least I never punch anyone. And the other thing he said was, what's wrong with having a few drinks during a international season or a few games? Well, we've just found out he does get into a situation where he punches people, and there is something wrong, actually, putting yourself in a position, I think, between 2 games where you're out on the lash in a Bristol nightclub. Sorry, but sometimes you just have to have the early night and do the decent thing.
Yeah, take a lesson from Piers Morgan. An early night and do the decent thing.